Graphic Road. Visit Japan Motors Geely showroom in Accra on the Graphic Road. Feel the excitement firsthand. Get ready to drive in style and power. You have an array of vehicles from the Star Ray, the Cool Ray, and the GX3 Pro. So speak to Japan Motors today or go to the showroom, the Geely showroom in Accra, and drive away.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Wednesday morning, 20th of November 2024. Time check, exactly 9:30 on Peace 104.3. Kwame Duncan is in the studio. A positivity.
Hey, wow, when you.
Wabandena na pay.
Aduma na pay your son, your uncle.
Egwefu.
Ubia no we.
Yamena adum.
No we are chere. You can say Obazi when you are Zima. Ozi na dum the dum here boy here boom. Man a pay biara. Owa witi by uncle kwa. Yo papa bi na onam do ma sorrow. No wuti no yanko kwa de. Obazi born ode won kwan so da san de firu enti mpempema we aze afanda na nyina ze won kwan de firu won eguaman finfirman tom no ma bokan mpempem no ya so ode yan kwan de firu he
Amen.
Man e pe kwa me ya so na mpempo se ya de
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's it, papa. Kwame
Bra Kwame Sefa kan.
Machi to say.
Ya nua me na nanum se srewenya.
Srewenya.
Ya tinkwam. Tie wadi nyina.
Amen. Angalete.
Yes, sir.
Apum.
Ochu dampo Yankupon ti dem a ora Kwame Duncan Methodist in Oregon. And the PF initiative na name with yes. So ye loyal so godino. Yankupon ti na do. Yankupon ti na do initiative ne bambo.
Aka no ho.
Odi yen efigwa abatangan.
Nyameni eda na si.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Kama
Repani.
Boko de.
Adiachi na adiachi.
UPS if what to say.
Ya mi adum omo ho ye. Chancellor Professor
Abednego VC mini papa say nimeraso.
Ai. Na the pro VC a o take over ye ya Professor John.
Je number asmoko.
Oboko. Yeah.
Oboko anyen.
So act no take over is not.
I says yeah, why you need 2 terms area?
Na ya end of send off.
Yeah, send off amana. I sorry you na be mu.
No choice no choko.
Abednego.
Ya me nkwado ntu ne iwo no.
Amen. Say John Kweku Mensa Mauto. Eneba.
Okay.
Abednego zi no yam da ba ona Habakuk.
Oh, that be wrong. What's our Habakuk?
Now, a preacher man being a bit negro. My African American will say, I'm not a bad Negro. You did a bad Negro.
I say, I'm not a bad Negro. Not I am bad Negro.
Yes. SM Lockridge.
Okay.
Did you know a Shadrach Meshach? No, so on ye a bad Negro come. So I'm not a bad Negro.
Bad Negro, so I bad Negro, bad Negro.
SM Lockridge.
Come on.
Chairman General.
Enra. Hey, obviously Kabila will be VC also very soon. You're looking into the future.
We are sharing knowledge.
Yeah. Enra. And this year press conference, measure so Oshebia now can be accusing the MPP of plans to rig the elections. I brought from a rig Asabebium. Amamabo Brigadier General Michael Opoku Edin on a GOC Central Command. Omasambo Lieutenant Colonel Okanbi Sudin 2B NCO. Say Omona Eja. But Titruni Brigadier General Michael Opoku. And when Yera Penini John Dramani Mahama say NPP's bad governance has affected black stars. And which he had to say Electoral Commission so she ballot papers cover various regions. While senior ex-president go for roots for Baumia says NPP's electoral defeat in 08 hurt me. Don't repeat same in 24. Or endorse Baumia and while senior Bakoso Alan Kojo Chamatin name some of the abetuja. And papa ko for 7 Simbia Kafan who are emphatic to me muscle. And then so that's the terrain for now. In the meantime, Parliament still ayatum.
Yeah.
Kwara, any thoughts?
Mamini press conference at NDC for any minute Kumasa Media fee. Odi anymore.
Okay, no amount, so why?
Menti and free hotel. Kwame. Mekachre His Excellency former President John Dramani Mahama. Mia me wafa Johnson Asedun Ketia, chairman of the NDC, Madam for Fifi Kweti, General Secretary. Sir, in someone Sebi, Eni na sono. Eya yamfanye amanyosem emanim ye. Na womun tufo. Na de edi kan womun me pagana for chew. And mfutru a womun tugu yani. Ansana ye beto about 2020. Ye to abawie ye electoral commission ede na no December 2 dwa mfutru a womun tugu yani. Eka che ekra se na womun anya aba no duduo bi. Na no che se womun adi nkunim. Na mampani Akufo-Addo wadi nkuguo a projecti womun headquarters. The National Forum newspaper. Kwame mayor managing editor no. They publish a front page. We doubt them. Say some figures no one here. One go Supreme Court. Senior Madam for me papa must say justice weapon the busa woman say. And someone mo de bar Supreme Court yi. Madam sia e wo he. No for say don't get say ya fa dance bi ama. Contrary to law. Enti nanu ya na obi di video bi kra che me say sofo bi o mo hyehyem kom me ya na me pese meti say all can exact words be ampa so Supreme Court say mwasemu a mo ma obenfu mu okunini lawyer ne so bi mada chachuchikata di mu anim de ba ye no it was without merit and was dismissed. Kwame,
yeah,
we didn't hear a word of apology from the NDC from misleading the entire country and thinking they could do so at the Supreme Court, the House of Records. Kwame Anuachi, wamu de sobo ahodo bo Maame Jimensa and the other 6-member commissioners of the Electoral Commission. Any directors of what Electoral Commission over 38,000 persons who were recruited as temporary staff to do the work. Kwame. A few weeks and a month ago, Minia Madamfo, Dr. Omani Buama, Director of Electoral Services of the NDC, Ekache say, Electoral Commission, a unipe bi din a free voter register no at the display of the provisional register. Kwame, the betra wa fidie so anmo Dr. Sibo Koku betra ha. E ma ye a number of arguments from CI 91 a say provisional register no ye display say mfonso bi nkekawa bi bibi mentimi wasi beba ya kotenetene omo say da omo wo nyina so say ye nipa I forgotten the figure, thousands of numbers. Chairman General, Electoral Commission now say how much I say IPAC meetings no crano they will allow the media to cover. And Dr. Fureji, Director of IT, Chairman General. I went this time. I call IPAC. I call as observer because civil society organizations you need understanding on more. But this is a commission. Friends, a committee I've sat there since 2008. And the come on much of IPAC pa Kwame. Unya kuma me kan
Who can be?
Long service award.
Committees I would do
16 years.
Yes, Kwame. And I served on several committees under Dr. Ferijan, under Charlotte Osei, and Mami Jimensa.
That's right.
Played significant roles.
Yeah.
And nobody can take away the little experience I gathered from there. Dr. Ferijan in the presentation, now me share say Dr. Manibu Amaji Mike now.
Not Dr. Ferijan Wayne.
On the director of IT.
Okay.
X-ray a D.R. NDCD and Phantom and the Diara every registered muno where the name is located. The Nipano ye voter regime baby or register baby are not transfer or everything in the full glare of the media. International agencies are never embassies are now NDC are trying to track womunti. They came with interest. They were there. Me more embassy via D. But we also have our friends.
But it's a public man.
No, but I will not mention any embassy's name.
There were a lot of embassies.
High commissions and embassies were there. When you go say poto, Dr. Manibu Amakoje Mike and Anansesem na na fe auto.
Anansesem saying.
Anansesem said I was expecting him to challenge the evidence that Dr. Foraje had put forward.
As a mopping the floor.
I've heard they are not done mopping. Analogies are incongruent and inconsequential. Kwame, we haven't heard an apology from them. And Sami Janfi said then there's going to be stuffing of ballot papers. Onim ebia 192 aba, 196 aba. Enti mamen kai tremi nwakuma no. Untumi staff for ballot paper. Eye transparent. Na obi ngunu.
Ballot box.
A ballot
box.
Sorry, medasi. Opaque ballot boxes. And now there were allegations of stuffing. And no cry no obi antimi am prove say ballot box way ya stuffo ye e ma say ni see ye tamanje na ene ansana my electoral commission temporary staff ni bi da 2000 e wo Freeman College opposite Wesley College me master Mr. Bedu and in charge before ye dey ballot box no be si ono agency wo nyina ye biem e mo bia hunu say hwi nim. How is anybody going to stuff anything? And name a lawyer. You deal with evidence. Who did he say? Hey, a press conference. Chairman General.
Kwame.
Na me send the party penning for no. Say muna mu church so a. And you go say aka mo amunya mpa ye ho chew no. Munyai.
I didn't know when he said in Gracia.
Kwame. Asema mi kan say we allegation say electoral commissioner yi nipa one mpo a free ballot voter register no mu. Na din a wo boy ye no ye be kire say din ni wo register no mu a Chairman General hey ye na me koka sem bi to so a brapani na ye expose me ana say ye dama da pa di kire me a enya ngwa say ye den a ha dwene even among thieves there is honor akonfo mpo omo di ni die ma omo ubetimi abokro no wo ba bia na wo wia wo yonko kromfo ade na omo chiwa ade a omo de be yew factual say you free because what cross red line among some cannot be left like that say obi aye de ope enti asema a o ka say soja ni bi na aba berege election no kra kwa me na ebomi hu electoral commission when it comes to election issues one more in charge of security police
yeah
ye nua pani ya danfo ye yonko Dr. Akufu Dampare wa ma ye nyina ya te ase say election task force no ono an edi animu Chairman General na meboa
ono a chairman of the election task force yes. the IGP
me te assembly said the involvement of the military as a standby force no enko ye mesre mi nua pani no monhwa na muntenetene ho whatever the issues are we need the military at some point when people are becoming unruly and it is beyond you they must come in but anya no kra ni issue no IGP am say on in charge of election machine and I say sorry election security management soja ni ben na sebi or what to me say okoye de omo ye na fere makobo papa bi din or ye soja ni now I hope that he will take them on.
Why would he won't be able to? They are not
well maybe a soldier for
Omonkasa yeah
but Kwame there must be a point. It say do bribia discipline no nyina chi no enkrofo de if you be foreign crofobia one, I say omutu one more. The mechanism say, I don't say that NDC as a party. I don't say that omupanim for eso in relation with Electoral Commission, especially Mami Jim Mensa and in a pamphlet. There a die deep prefer say a fear womudia bo womubiano. Chairman General, Yami Dimu, no crano abo selfinegu. Ombe bromu wase, no more pacho near Queen anymore. Womunyesa. Now, Kwame, what this is what I sense. On campaign, no, on said there's no message in it.
Says who?
I say so.
There's 24 economy.
Kwame, there's no. What is the message?
There's 24 economy.
What is it? What is it? Kwame, what is it?
24.
Yes, 1 times 3.
What is it?
133.
24-hour economy. What friend me die?
Oh, Peace FM now. What hand mono muklusu?
There.
Ndimu ya day.
Your order.
Ah, no, what can I say?
You can hear Edma.
Oh, Kwame. Miss Rel, Makachro, me mami krum bamboy. Me wafa agba. Oye tea tong. Me swake teke in the 80s. Ye cooking ta bamboy holidays ah. Cause free wa eba. They free cry ebe siniko. Me wafa wamu tong aduane tong nam.
Fufuna agrante. Nganga rabbit.
Me mame sata.
Waho.
Nyaje natural ya chono ne. Me chia wamu anope wa bamboy. Kwame, 24 hours. I saw it in Bamboy in the 80s, 90s, running up to date.
3 a.m.
What are you talking about?
It
is not a policy any government brings. 24 hours is an error. If they are not informed or educated about it, when we enter the information age, the 4th industrial revolution, in some backward by a better nipano, 24-hour systems. Many academic papers dating back to 1989. The advantages and disadvantages in it. Why wouldn't my dear Deba? Within the week, you won't have time to see one another because of more time allotment. And there were the side effects. But I don't want to be this oriented. They are not saying Omun can send Bia Sebi. And what be a woman pain, our modi in Rasode Ekase Omumra. And the Adane Nadane attack on the Electoral Commission. Kwame, you're talking about 7th December. Ghana 4, the Pebia no Yamepa, the Onebeko. I just want to remind the NDC and their candidate of the words of former President John Dramani Mahama on January 6, 2017. The last State of the Nation address. Nami the Hawaii Kokrokoo. Kwame. Or can say, my father, the late E.A. Mahama, told me that you leave when the applause is the loudest.
Is it?
And I'm happy I'm leaving at this time.
It's okay then.
Or say you leave.
Okay, number time.
January 6, 2017. During the last State of the Nation address. Now, Kwame.
Yeah.
One Francois, February 14, Daily Graphic, a publisher, or science called baby, and an or Kasa. Now, no. This was in February. Was the last month, I attended the inauguration of President Akufo-Addo. When I exited my vehicle, and my arrival was publicly announced, there was a loud round of applause. Again, I thought of my father and those words. Quote, leave when the applause is the loudest. Suddenly, I understood those words in a way I never had before.
This man has never been consistent though.
Near consistency, I said, Uncle Mami Kamasam. Chairman General,
I
I want to ask former President Mahama, you left when the applause was the loudest. What other applause can you get?
Hey, answer basically
the
lack of conscience.
Chairman General, now,
Oh goodness.
President.
Oh, I thought we were all going to have a bite.
Let's do the press conference and count. Press conference, I'm can't say me brain. Ain't you wrap up on the press conference
So,
and then I'll go.
You see, you have told us, one catcher say, you are never going to come back as president again. You believe that you won't come back again.
Invoke the spirit of his
you
father.
Invoke the spirit of your dead father.
Wow.
The late E.A. Mama. A powerful figure in the politics of our country. You did. I didn't. And you know, as Gonjas, what it means to invoke the ancestral spirit. You are a Christian. But this is also there. Chairman General. Intimate the message. Ghana will not burn or die because Ghanaians will not elect you again. In fact, the former president must learn that the office of former president is an office of state. How are you living in dignity in that office? An answer for you. You forget that you are a statesman or supposed to be a statesman, a former president, just because you want to be president again. Chairman General.
Kwara Bonfe.
Yes, you for those who don't know. And yakwa, and a minia by Joyce Bauer, a buying the pianica. And yakwa, and a minia Felix Quacho for su, a buying the pianica as aids to you. Madame for Standogbe, and yakwa, say a buying the pia womoka. And yakwa, and a one casa, a buying pure come security, more money now. How are you leaving that office to the benefit of Ghana, except your NDC?
Parameda say, Chairman General, are you saying the army officer cannot sue? This is nice. Ben Abnori, yes. Well, as far as I know, 7 army officers, they'll take it in their stride. I'm not sure, sir.
Taking it in their stride doesn't mean he has no right accrued.
I haven't said he has design rights accrued. But when we say so, Jenny, Penyimu, Akoko, our sons, and me who pay. Sami Jefi is a lawyer, but how can anyone who has followed Ghana's election say that ballot boxes can be stuffed? Where does the NDC want to take us to APJ in Sunyai? Chairman General, somebody mentioned, well, you mentioned the person's name, I would not. Somebody mentioned that MPP put ballots in their shirts to vote double. How about that one? Bobby in Takrade. Well, maybe the person doesn't have proof. If he has proof, we'll all look at it. Uncle Spy says the NDC chaps seem to be spewing unprintable insults and are talking about evil plans to wreck the nation. There's a guy called Bande. There's also the Obuasi Macho group. Uncle Spy and Takrad, you mentioned other names, I'll leave them out. Chairman General, you are diabolical. Why are you trying to make the 24-hour economy a policy? Let Dr. Kabila flow. Bema Bwesiakon. I'm not trying to make it a policy. I was asking Kabila to explain because we've heard it being mentioned. The election is about the truth, credibility versus lies, insult, and incompetence. Baumia belongs to truth and credibility. Gastiman in Brekum. Is it that the NDC is seeing defeat, so they are using cunning means to prepare the grounds for causing chaos? Joseph in Adenta. And then Audition Chairman General, the courts, including the Supreme Court, deal with evidence and the law, not even the truth. If you know what you're about, you not go to court empty-handed. Audition Jabing in her show. Alote Jacobs' next door neighbors have sensed defeat, and so they are preparing the grounds for rejection if they lose. Looking at their case at the Supreme Court in 2013 and 2020, Ghana should not take them serious. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. The army officer should sue Sami Jemfi and the NDC. Zakaria in the Buakwa. Okay. Guys in the NDC should learn to do away with tribalism and hate speech. They shouldn't thrive in the midst of confusion. Uncle Spy. Nana Ekwiyamwa Boateng says, Sami Jemfi is only trying to divert attention from their failed policies. They cannot market their candidate. They see defeat staring. Nana Ekwiyamwa Boateng sends that one. Muhammad messages about say online streaming no nye drumano mpamcho. We are doing our very best to put it back together into online streaming issues no. We are doing our very best to put it back together, but you can find us on YouTube, on Peace FM Online, on Facebook as well. And the YouTube squad from around the world Emmanuel Asamoah Boateng in Ohio, AAA in Qatar, Ben Asante in Tottenham, UK, Emmanuel Aqua, Cardiff, UK, XWO1 George Daute in Germany, Rafael Owusu in Dubai, Maxwell in Tiama, Croatia, Zagreb, Pauline J in Chicago, Daniel Sintim Abuaji in Hamburg, Germany. And all of you on YouTube, a very good morning to you. Have a beautiful day. You're live on Peace 104.3. Kokrokoo Jumedienuni. OBS Afunka Same says the NDC, led by its communication director, want to prepare the minds of their supporters that they will lose the election, and that if they lose as they did in 2016 and 2020, it's been rigged. We should not take them seriously. We should vote for Ba Wumia. The NDC told Ghanaia's Electoral Commission is going to help NPP to rig the coming election. Now, Brigadier General Puku, how should we take them serious? Biggie in Kaswa. George in Kofodia says, Kabila Kwame, your panelists don't understand 24-hour economy. It's very simple. Farmers will farm even at night. Fishermen, carpenters, chopper operators, beer bar operators, pubs, illegal miners, civil and public servants, financial institutions, parliamentarians, ministers will all operate 24 hours to reduce unemployment. That is George in Kofodia. Dan Ochiri, East Hospital. Sami Jemfi and the NDC are about the election. What they are alleging is not possible. Well, what they should know that when you talk too much, you always make mistakes. Dan, I've heavily edited your message. The MPP has a solid message. Don't allow NDC to shift our focus. Masawudu Kumase Bantama. And so I've already said the NDC is preparing the minds of their supporters that when they lose the election, they should not blame the leaders. Godwin in La Paz. Kwame Duncan in Accra. Kwame Nampachobrim. Kwame Nasi Bibi.
Kwame.
Yeah.
The same hands that now me making reference to now. At column 2810. And because we'll come to the disability issue, just Kwame, listen to this. This is former President Mahama speaking, where he invoked his father's spirit. The percentage of the District Assembly's Common Fund meant for persons with disability has been increased by 50%. Kwame.
The percentage?
Persons with disability percentage. I act, The law doesn't make any provision for this. Former President Kufuor allocated 2% of the District Assembly Common Fund to persons with disability. 2006 one. It was not until 2018 and as I figure free 2%. A core 3% under President Akufo-Addo. But here is the former president telling the whole nation. And Kwame, my search and my research into disability, that year numpo from an American parliament, it was 1.8%, not 2%.
Yo, yeah, that's it.
Me who pictures be ni videos be na and then answer. Me can say a Flowerpot flyover no. The biggest challenge for Maki Baby and Shunto will be maintenance, especially the lights and the environment. Kwame, and I pay kasi Kubira Payora any rara for Omeduho.
Take a charge.
Anopeya make us say ya manu demi anopeya. Omomoton kube paya. Ne hwan oma start.
Na ya dam fly nka kan we bi na baby susu obi kwa kobo nukuma na osufufu kura o hwan.
Ane amasaman epoko ase.
Onja na yesufufu epuemu o.
Anopeya. 80 I don't know what the assembly will do about it. Anopeya Flowerpot flyover. I must start to say market to say then you must start it. Sampine says when the NDC plans, they distract by pointing to the other side. The security agencies are ready to deal with anything in Ashanti region. They see defeat staring, so they are busy. How can you hold a press conference and not talk about your policies, but to create fear and panic. Inti say ye be wufufuo ewo ho enche. Enche. Anyway, Pochobrem, Kwamina.
So, anabe, I mean, Johnson go grab them in chair. Wait here for and pim. Can film from Mountain before. Na, a baby of friend Koji. Yes, so I'd say Pambros sort area. Pambros crowd,
Pambros,
Wager. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, ne yanko becha na mu from nizin na brente bizu kan ofa na Anthony Abua so okofodua kwa me was wontum one send messages
nti yan kan asema
one so one frɛ nti mun so yan kram fam bro the anapa wan to wonda wontum nti dom de ye ka je kura wo teu
mejo ando
yo nti Koji no Anthony Abua na Koji wo yanko besian I'm the professional law students.
Oh, okay.
And see what you want to pay me chon. Na Kwame. What the room? And when the minche sumun to me Abdul Malik Kuba Kumfim. Mubombe and a pay be meshibia Minchio Songo Kra na in Chadamim Breeze. And so and she dig quack so I miss Nina and so in there. Oh, when I'm doing Yana Usin Sumade or ha na Kwame just 30 seconds. Catherine Ablema Afeku.
Yeah.
No constituency employer MP in minutes now.
There we go. But Catherine needing oil abelema because agbelima cassava do. Abelema.
Eraba Catherine abelema afeku. Kwame eunde evalue ajomoro juya. That constituency was almost always in the news, and it was always for the good reason. Was an agitation or bono show, papa, lobbying skills, na nigga ka ho. It wouldn't be so there. No one say, your constituent, you'll be a war evaluate Ajomoro Jura. Na Kwamia. Oh, Chairman General, Niti, or your library. That's all MP, when you need it. Because MP. Wabaye ornamental ornamental piece in my budget, just dressing the parliament. Cause kwame no kwani minyim maso minyim nidin. Na evalua Ajomoro Jura mesam aketese no sure born na mbazembo ende nunu apayin oya Canada Japan or baka no ho ma I Bansu in Croa from Bansu or Evaluator, Jody. Or Bodo, or Yanda party chairman, our constituency, Nimpin for our count. DC Oyona Buduka in the Chi Western Regional Minister or Chedakun Regional Chairman, when was one wasn't. Okata aketese rabe oshoboyin nechi.
Invasion.
That's right. Now Kwame, we